Something. If you do
Sir,
not
that
have,
one
yeah,
10, 15, sir. 10.0.0.0 15.
yeah.
Can you explain that one, sir?
Sure, sure, I will do that. Apart from that, you're clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. So now we were so 10.0.0.0 slash 16. Okay. So 10.0.0.0 slash 16. Okay. So what will be the range? The number of IPs I actually note 65,536. 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.255.255. Okay, so this is the range for slash 16. So we have exhausted all the octets on the third octet. So this is my first octet, second octet, third octet. Okay, third octet also all the octets I have exhausted. Okay, like what happened on 24, right? So when I was doing 10.0.0.0 slash 24, the range was 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0.255. So what I did for 23, the same thing I'm going to do here. So since I have exhausted this octet, I moved on to this particular octet. Similarly, in this case, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. So that is going to be 10.0.0.0 slash 15. Okay. The number of IPs is not necessary here. The concept is more important. 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0. Sorry, 255.255. Okay, so how many IPs am I going to get? 65,536. Another 65,536 I need. So what I'll do, 10.0 10.1.0.0 to 10.1.255.255. Okay, so this is also going to accommodate me 65,536 IPs. Okay, so since I have exhausted the third octet, okay, I will move on to the second octet, okay, where I am going to use one subnet. Okay, and the pattern will repeat again. Okay, again what will happen for 14, 10.0.0 slash 14. Okay, so okay, I'll first, before that, before going to 14, I'll tell you the exact range for 15. Okay, 10.0.0.0 to 10.1.255.255. The starting IP, okay, and the ending IP, okay. And when I do for 14, it's the pattern is actually going to repeat again. It's 10.0.0.0 to 10.3.255.255. And when I'm doing 13, it's going to repeat again. So 10.0.0.0 to 10.7.255.255. Okay, so this is pretty much what is going to happen when you are creating the address, when you're using the address space using CIDR notation. Are you clear, Philip?
Yes, sir. No, I clear, sir.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so moving on, I will first show you. Okay, subnet is VNet is done. Okay, now let us look into how we are going to divide the subnet. Okay, always remember one trick, or you can just say one nice thing which you can do is a VNet. You can always put it as slash 16. Okay, the address space of a VNet you can always put it as slash 16. Okay, and subnet you can put it as slash 24. Okay, subnet is basically it is your division of your VNet. Okay, whatever is your VNet address space. Okay, let's say if my VNet address space is 10.0.0 slash 16. Okay, my subnet address space is going to be something which is part of it. Okay, so like for example 10.0.0 slash 24, 10.0.1.0 slash 24, 10.0.243.0 slash 24. Okay, all these are part of my VNet. Do you see these address spaces? if you are going to expand this, these are going to be part of this particular range. Okay. So my subnets are going to be part of my VNet. Okay. They are something which is created from my VNet. Okay. So 10.0.0.0/24 is actually part of this. This is also part of this, and this is also part of this. So did you understand this concept of how you create subnets out of your VNet? Yes, no, because if you didn't understand, I'll have to explain in a different way.
Akash, I had doubt.
Okay, what is it, Felix?
In this, we are giving VNet slash 16, no?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, from that we are dividing into subnets.
correct.
10.0.243.0 is the
Yeah,
subnet of VNet 16.
correct.
Then why we are giving that slash 24 here? From there we are dividing into again we are dividing into, or we are splitting into that small segments.
Correct.
Okay, okay,
So if you are giving the entire thing, let's say if your VNet address space is this and your subnet address space is also this, you cannot have more than one subnet.
okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so in order to accommodate more subnets, you're giving /24. If I give /24, how many subnets can I have? How many subnets can you possibly think about?
For for 224,
When I'm doing /24,
uh,
how many subnets can you think about in a given in this particular CIDR? How many like these subnets can I create?
255.
Correct. Okay, that is the answer. So you can create 255 different varieties of subnets. Okay. But if you're giving class 16 on both VNet and subnet, only one subnet you can create. Got the difference?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Fine. So this is your VNet. Okay. And this is your subnet. Okay. Now let us see. I mean, you didn't have any doubts. So I'll ask you a few questions. Let's see whether you're able to do it. Okay. 10.0.0.0, sorry, 10.1.0.0/16 is my VNet CIDR. Okay, VNet address space rather. Okay, VNet address space. Can you give me few subnet address space? Okay, can you at least give me 3 subnet address spaces? Okay, so just type it on your notepad. Okay, and once everyone is done, then you can send it on the chat. Okay, so yeah, you can tell me quickly. It won't take more than 2 minutes. Come on, guys. Yeah, this is my VNet address space. Create 3 subnets out of it. Any 3 of your choice. Dilip and Karthik, waiting for your response. Just confirm whether you're working on it.
I'm not getting it. The 10.1.0.0/16. So 3 IP required in that, right?
Sorry?
You are telling that
Three subnets.
three-
Three subnets.
any 3 IP required from that 10.1.0.0/16 being
No, I need three subnets.
subnet.
Subnets are range of IPs. They're not single IPs, they're range of IPs. Yeah, Felix, I think you can post the answer. Let's not waste too much time on this.
Is it right?
I'm checking. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So basically, my VNet is what is the address space 10.1.0.0. What will be the range 10.1.0.0 to 10.1.255.255. So you need to create subnets which are part of that. Okay. So it is going to be 10.0.0/24, 1.0/24, like that, so on so forth till 255.0/24. Okay, so that is going to be the subnets which are available for me for this given VNet address space. Okay, so this is how you create a VNet and this is how you create a subnet on. Okay, so I'll just show you how to do that in Azure. Okay, so what exactly you need to do. As of now, we have created all direct virtual networks. We haven't actually created a virtual network of our own. Okay, so a VNet is basically it is attached to a region. Okay, it is specific to a particular region. Okay, select your resource group, give the name of the VNet. Okay, VNet 1 and the region where you want to deploy. Okay, and the next one is what is the address space which you wish to have. Okay, so I'm going to put this one 192.168.0.0/16. Okay, I'm going to put this particular one and I am going to create a subnet. Okay, can you quickly tell me, okay, a subnet for this particular address space? Address space is 192.168.0.0/16. So it is going to be 192.168 1.0/24. Okay, so this is going to be my address. So what for 24, how many IPs will I have, Dilip? /24, how many IPs I'm gonna have?
256.
256 IPs. Super.
255.
256, 0 to 255, so totally 256 IPs. Okay, so
Mm.
here what happens is 251 IPs are given to you, and 5 IPs are reserved by Azure. Okay, so these 5 IPs are reserved for a particular purpose, which I will tell you in some time. Okay, so you have 251 IPs in total. Okay, review and create this particular VNet. Okay, so this is how basically you create your VNet on Azure. Okay, and similarly you can, after creation also, you can create multiple subnets. Okay, depending on your requirement and depending on how you are going to place them in these subnets. Okay, so let it finish. Okay, once the VNet is finished, I'll show you how to create subnets in the VNet.
Akash, a doubt.
Yeah, please go.
Yeah, this virtual network we are creating, no, with our own IP we are creating.
Hello.
Hello, Akash, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah, this virtual network now you created, no,
Yeah.
192.168.0.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. For creating virtual machine, shall we use that this IP range instead of public IP?
No, whenever you're creating a VM,
Yeah.
you will get a private IP and you'll get a public IP.
Okay.
Correct. You see, this is my VM which I have. Okay. It is assigned to a virtual network, RG1 VNet slash default, right?
Okay.
This will have a private IP. Okay. Go to
Okay.
networking. This will have a public IP and this will also have a private IP. The private IP is taken from the range of my VNet. If I go to this VNet, there is a
Okay.
particular address space, right? For that range, it is taken.
Okay.
You
From
got
the
it?
range we have given for VNet, that will
Yeah.
it will take.
Every machine which you are creating will have a range. Okay. And that will, the private IP will come, even if you do not have public IP, there will be for sure a private IP for your virtual machine. See.
But we can specify the particular VNet, no?
VNet we can specify while creation of
Okay.
the virtual machine.
Okay. 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 That is my question. Sorry.
Yeah, you can do that.
Thank you. Thank
Okay, so our VNet is created. Okay, VNet 1, 192.168.0.0/16. Okay, I can also create subnets here. Click on create subnet, subnet B. Okay, I'm going to call it as subnet B, and the range is going to be 192.168.0.0/24. So I'm going to again have 251 plus 5 IPs which are Azure, reserved for Azure. Okay, so this is how we end up with 251 IPs. Last time when I was showing the VNets for here, while we are doing application gateway, uh, so here we had 249 because 251 minus 2 is 249. Two VMs are created on this particular subnet. So that is why you see 249. So what is the purpose and why are these IPs reserved? Okay, I'll just help you with that. So 5 Azure reserved addresses. Okay, so first 3 IP addresses and uh, last 2 IP addresses. Okay, so first 3 and the last 2. Sorry, first 4 and the last one is reserved by Azure. Okay, in every subnet. Okay, whatever subnet you have, the first 4 IP addresses of the subnet and the last IP of the subnet is reserved. The first one is your network address. The second one is reserved for default gateway. The third one is for DNS purpose. The fourth one, third and fourth is for DNS. The last one is for broadcasting purpose. So these are the 5 IPs in each subnet, okay, which are reserved in Azure. Okay, so these are the 5 IPs which are reserved. You can always, you'll always be asked a question in this: why are these 5 reserved? This is the reason. Okay, one is network, the other one is by default gateway, DNS purpose. Okay, and the other one is network broadcast address. So the first 4 IP address in a given range and the last IP of that range is reserved on the is reserved on each subnet. Okay, so now let me ask a question on this. Okay, so let us say I want to create, okay, I want to create around 31 virtual machines. Okay, let me make it 29 virtual machines. Okay, I want to create 29 virtual machines, and my CIDR of my VNet is this. Okay, what would be the least number of what would be the least number for the subnet mask, okay, to accommodate 29 VMs. Okay, in order to accommodate 29 VMs, what would be, how I need to create a subnet? Okay, what would be the subnet mask, least number of subnet mask to accommodate this particular VM? So that is the question. So what would be the least number of the subnet mask? Subnet mask is basically this. Okay, so what would be the least number in order to accommodate 29 VMs? Okay, just let me know quickly.
Akash, you were asking the IP range or
1 second. Sorry.
are you asking for IP subnet IP range?
Yeah, subnet IP range. What would be the least? You can say 24, but that is not the least, right? So there is a least range which you can give. What would be the least?
Class 19.
Huh?
That is 10.
32?
That is class 19.
No,
32, sir.
no. Slash 32, how many IPs you can accommodate? 2 bar 0 is equal to 1. Only one
Slash-
IP you can accommodate.
Slash
How many
27?
27.
Slash 27.
Okay, just finalize your answer and put it on the chat. Okay, just discuss. Just your answer, just whatever is your final answer, put it on the chat. Yeah, others, quickly let me know your answers. Felix, why did you change your answer?
Actually, those 5 reserved IPs I forgot.
Yeah, that's the trick here. Okay, so when you're having slash 27, how many IPs can I have?
Only
32.
only
Okay,
27 you will be having.
32 IPs minus 5 IPs will be 27 IPs. So that does not satisfy my condition. So when I'm giving slash 26, which is 64 IPs, 64 minus 5 IPs, which is 59 IPs, that will satisfy my condition. Okay, so the answer is 26. Okay, 26 would be the answer. And yeah, that is the trick here. Okay, so Yeah, you need to remember this. 5 IPs are reserved on each subnet for all the subnets whichever you are creating. And is
Decentral
it
will be asking
possible?
in interviews also, no?
Yeah, this is a very short interview question. You cannot create this subnet. You cannot create uh, 31. You cannot create 30. 30 can be created. Yeah, 30. No, 2 square 4. 29. Okay, 29 can be created. So 32, 31, 30, you cannot create a subnet. Can you tell me the reason why?
32 only one IP.
Yeah.
31 only two IPs. 30
Yeah.
also only four IPs.
Yeah.
So there is no reserved space.
Yeah. So 20, from 29 onwards, you can create. Okay. 29 means 2 power 3, which is equal to 8. 8 minus 5, you can get 3 IPs. Okay. From 29 onwards, you can create on Azure. Okay. So since you have that restriction for reservation of IPs in each subnet. Okay. And also remember this. Fine. Okay. The next concept what we are going to discuss is peering. Okay. So how exactly are we going to peer our network? Okay. So peering is a very important concept. Can you tell me this particular thing? Okay. So let's say that I have a VM. Okay. Which is part of a VNet of address space 10.0.0/16. Okay. I'm calling it VMA. Okay. And I also have another VM VMB, which is part of a different VNet and having an address space of 192.168.0.0. Okay. And I'll also put an IP. So it is 192.168.0.4. This is the IP here. Similarly, here it is 10.0.0.0.4. Okay. So this is the IP, this is the IP, and they are part of two different VNets. Is it possible for me to create a connection? Okay, create an RDP connection. I log in into this VM. Okay, and can I RDP into this particular VM via private IP address? Is it possible? Karthik?
Yes, Akash.
Yeah, is it possible or not?
That a different VNet is that subnet is a different type. It might be it's a 192.168.0.0 and other one is 10.0.0. It
So is
can
it possible or not?
no.
Okay. Dilip, your answer?
No, sir.
Fine, the answer is no. As of till now, if we do not have any connection or anything like that, from here to here, we will not be able to do RDP. Okay. But since we have learnt about VNet now, the concept which I would like to introduce is called VNet peering. Okay. So if we establish a peering connection between this VNet and this VNet, the connection is going to be possible. Okay. So I will show you how to create a peering connection between two VNets. Okay. Only criteria which you need to remember here is that the VNets, okay, this is the one and only criteria, should not be overlapping. Okay. So what do you mean by overlapping? No two IPs in each VNet should be common. There should not be any common IP addresses in these two VNets. That is the concept of overlapping. Okay, I will quickly give you a few IP addresses. You tell me whether it is overlapping or not. Okay, so I'll just quickly
Akash,
write down
please come again once again this concept.
the VNets. Okay, if we have like 10.0.0/16 and this is my other VNet, okay, they should not have any IP in common. That is the concept. In order to create a peering connection.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so let's say this is my one VNet and this is my another VNet address space. Can you tell me they are overlapping or not? Uh, yeah, one by one you can tell. Dilip, are they overlapping or not?
Overlapping, sir.
Okay, Felix.
Yes, they are overlapping, obviously.
Okay, Karthik.
I'm no didn't make out that.
Yeah, it's overlapping because it is part of that. So it is literally like a part of it. So this is overlapping. Okay. And I'll give you one more example. 172.31.0.0/16. Okay. 172.25.0.0/16. Are these two overlapping or not?
It will overlap.
No, sir.
Okay. And Felix?
Yeah, not overlapping.
Yeah, it is not because this is a different range. This is a different range. It will not have any two common IP addresses. Okay, so this is non-overlapping. Okay, one more example: 192, 168.0.0/16. Okay, 192, 168, 1.0/24. Overlapping or not?
No, it won't overlap.
Hmm?
No,
Karthik?
no.
Oh, okay.
Overlapping.
No, sir.
No, just look into this carefully. 192.168.0.0/16, 192.168 1.0. This is actually part of this. This is actually part of this. So it is overlapping in nature. Okay. It's part of this. What would be this range? 192.168.0.0 to 255.255. Is it part of it or not? Yes, it is part of it. So this is actually overlapping. Okay, fine. So this is the concept. No two VNet should overlap. If it is overlapping, then we cannot create a peering connection. Very simple reason for that is because it will get confused. It will get confused that if they have a common IP address, okay, then the server will get confused on which system it is actually asking to reach out. That is the only concept why we cannot have a overlapping CIDR. Okay, so we are going to peer these two. Okay, RG1 VNet, which is having an address space of 10.0.0/16, and VNet 1. Okay, we are going to peer these two connections. Okay, so I will show you how to do that. Go to peerings, click on add, give the name. Okay, peering 1. Okay, click on allow. Okay, and what is the peering link name? Okay, my peering 1. Okay, and here you need to choose your VNet. Okay, you need to choose your VNet which you want to peer. So I want to peer RG1 VNet. Okay, RG1 VNet to this particular VNet. Okay, just so select your VNet and click on add. Okay, so basically you have successfully peered this connection. Okay, so it is transitive. So once you're doing it here, automatically it will happen on the other side as well. Okay, so it is already there. See, this is VNet 1 and this is RG1 VNet. Okay, so what you guys do is, okay, you just do one thing, create a VNet. Okay, that is obviously you're going to do. Create VNet A, subnet A. Okay, and here create VNet B. Okay, subnet B. Okay, subnet B. And what you are going to do here is, okay, you're not going to just try RDP connection. Okay, what I want you guys to do is on this particular VNet, create a VM. Okay, which is a website. Okay, I want you guys to create a website, and here this is a Windows VM. Okay, here also create a Windows VM, just a standalone Windows virtual machine. Okay, and create a peering connection. Create a peering connection between these two, VNet A and VNet B. Okay, so this is Windows VM, this is running a website. Okay, so what should happen is, in this particular VM, if I go to Internet Explorer, okay, if I go to Internet Explorer, I should be able, and if I just query the private IP address, if I am giving, let's just assume this is the Internet Explorer and I'm giving you this. Okay, I'm just giving this. then it should, the website, whatever is the content of this website should come here. Okay, so that is the task here. Okay, so you are creating a peering connection and you are going to access this website from this VM via private IP. Okay, that is the task. And I hope you have the script for creating the website. I think it is there on the chat. I hope it is there. It is not there, I will send it to you. Okay, so while we were doing that load balancer activity, okay, we use a script, right? That script you will have to use. Okay, so let me see if I have it.
It's shared. Because I shared that script.
Okay, I have shared it. Okay, awesome, thank you. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, you can just use the script and you can just create the website and then you can try to access the website via private IP. Okay, so this is pretty much what you need to do. Okay, so yeah, just give it a try. If you have any doubts,